Hello everyone, welcome back to the Angular Live project. In this video, we will continue designing our registration page using the Angular 8. So let's go to the Visual Studio, and in the previous video, we created the component and we have given the routing between the user and the register component. So in this video, we will design our register component using the HTML, and we will design this form using the reactive forms. So before designing the register page, what we will do, we will add the CDN for the bootstrap and the all awesome CSS. So let's go to the bootstrap page, and these are the CSS and the JS we are going to add. You can copy from here and you can paste all the CSS in the header section, and JS we can paste after the approved. So let's go to here, and from here you can copy this JS and paste it there, and all awesome you can copy from here and we can paste it here. So let's copy this JS and we can paste it. So that is the first step, like we have taken the CSS and the JS CDN, and after that what we are going to do, we are going to design this form using the reactive form. So in app.module.ts, what we have to do, we have to import the reactive form module and the form module. So for importing that one, what we have to do, import from @angular/forms, that we have to take. And what we have to import, we have to import reactive forms module comma form module, and both two we have to import here. So let's import form module as well. So that's the next step. Like now we have imported the reactive form module and the form module, and after that what we have to do, for designing register in the reactive form, what we have to do, we have to take a object of the form builder, and in that, using that form builder, we are going to design it. So for creating in a form builder, what I am going to do, I am going to create a one service, and in that service what we will do, we will create an object of the form builder, and there we will check the compare password as well. So for that, let's create the service. So for creating a service, nggs, and I'm going to create that service inside the shared folder, and service name I'm giving user. So let's hit enter. So once I will hit enter, what it will do, it will create a shared folder. Inside that it will create the user service, and we can see here it created a shared folder. Inside that it created a service. So let's remove this testing file, and here we have the user service. We can see here. Now inside that, inside the constructor, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take one private variable of the form builder. So let's take form builder object, and after that let's initialize form module equal to this.fb dot group, and inside this one I'm going to take the fields name which we are going to use. So first is the username, and the type of this username will be like as a string, but by default what we are going to assign, we are going to assign the empty. And if we want to make it as a required, then what we can do, we can make it as a validators dot required, and next we are going to take as a email colon, and this one is a first time it's a empty, like by default it's a empty field, and we want to make it validators as email. Now if we want to take a multiple validators, then we have to take it inside the big bracket. So let's take it inside this one, close with this, and here what we have to do, we have to put the comma, and then validator dot is required. So currently, like why it is not giving an like here. So for like we can give the minimum length, like for the email ID, if we want to give any minimum length, we want to bind anything, we want to make it as a required, or anything we want, we can select from here. So I'm going to make it as a is required. After that, put comma, and next we are going to take as a full name, And how I am going to take as a first time, I am making it as a empty, and I am not making it as a required field. Next, let's take the password. So password contains two things. One is the password and next is the confirm password. So for that one, what we have to take, we have to make it inside the form group. So let's take fv.groups, and inside this one we are going to take two fields. One is the password, and this one will be like validators dot required comma validators dot minimum length. I am going to define as dot minimum length is 4, because same we have given inside the ASP.NET Core API. Next, I am going to take as a confirm password, and this one as a empty and comma validators dot required. And after this one, what we are going to do now, after giving the password and confirm password, what we have to do, we have to check like both value is similar or not similar. So for defining that one, what we have to do, let's put here, and inside this one we have to take as a validators like validator, and this one like this thing will come inside the curly braces, and here we have to give as a validator, and this one we have to assign one function. So for that one, what we have to do, we have to create a one function here. So let's create that function first. Now I'm going to give that function name as a compare password, and inside this one I'm going to take a one variable of form group, and this let's define. So what I'm going to take, I'm going to take a one variable confirm password, and I'm going to assign fp.get. Inside this one, what I am going to do, I am going to take a one variable of the confirm password, like we have to assign the confirm password. So let's give that confirm password, and that is this variable. Like I'm going to take this value. So let's assign this value to inside this one. Now next, what we have to do, we have to check the condition. If this confirm password dot errors equal to null, means it does not have any error, or next what we are going to check, we are going to check password mismatch. Like we are going to check password like if there is any mismatch. So let's check that one. So password mismatch, and I'm going to check inside the confirm password dot errors. If password mismatch in this error, so if there is anything in these two, then next what we have to do, we have to check one more condition, and that is if fb.get, and inside this one what I'm going to check, I'm going to check this password value, and after this one, like first take that value not equal to, and then I'm going to check this confirm password value, this thing. If both are not matching, then what we are going to do, confirm password dot set errors, and inside this one what I'm going to assign, I'm going to assign the password like this password mismatch as true, else what I'm going to do, I'm going to make confirm password dot set errors as null. So that I'm going to define. Now, so what we have done here, we have created a function to check the error. So this one we have to assign inside here, like this dot, this value we have assigned it here. So this form we have designed to check the password. So what we have done, first we have taken a one form model, and then we have created a one function to check the password. So after doing this one, let's go to register component.html, and before that let's go to this register component.ts, and here what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a one variable of service of user service. So user service, because this service we are going to utilize inside our register form. Now let's create a, go to the, let's close these two, and here I will get rid of this one, and now I'm going to design our form. So for designing our form, like first let's take the form, and inside this form let's take form group, and this form group, what I'm going to assign, I'm going to assign the model which we have defined. So service dot form model. So this we have defined. Inside this one, what we are going to do, we are going to design our form. So div, and this div class equal to so this div class, what I'm going to do, form group and required, and inside this one what I'm going to take, I'm going to take one label, and in this label I'm going to write as a username. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a one input field, and in this input field what I'm going to do, I'm going to, let's take the input field, and inside this one I'm going to take a class of the form control. So form control, and let's close this one, form control. And now if we are creating a reactive form, so it contains two things, one is the form group and next is the form control name. So that is important thing that we have to give. So let's give the form control name, form control name. So this form control name should match the field name we have given here. So let's copy this one and give it here, and next field what I'm going to do, I'm going to define a label class like label field, and inside this label what I'm going to do, I'm going to give as a, this field is mandatory, like username is mandatory, and in this label I'm going to define some class, and that class I'm going to define as text danger, and this message will show on based on some conditions. So star ngif equal to service dot form model dot get, and this one I'm going to give as a username dot touched. Or what we are going to do, we are going to define this one again, copy here. Now instead of touch, what we are going to take, we are going to take errors dot required. So this we are going to do. So in that manner we have designed our first div. Similar to that we have to design other div except password, because that password we will define inside a div. First we will take one div, and inside that we will create another div. So that code I have already written because of time constraint, and then we will understand. So let's paste that code here. Now, so I will explain like what we have done. So this div we have already created for our field. Now next, username is mandatory, like username mandatory, and here we have taken this model, and basically like here we have given autocomplete as off and submit, like we are going to define a one function inside this registered.component.ts file. And next is like here we have defined for the similar to that for the email, and then same we have done for the group, like this full name we have defined it in this way. And next we have done for the password. We can see like this password is inside one form group, and because this password and the confirm password both should be in same way, that's why we have created for one form group, and inside that we have defined the password. And you can see here like this password we have defined in this manner. And after that we have created a one button here. So this is the way of designing the HTML page. Next what we have to do, we have to create a one button inside the register.component.ts. So for creating a button, like we have to write, so function name we have given as on submit. Like if we will go here, so like here we have given as a on submit. So let's copy this one and paste it here. So this we have done. Now let's serve this application ng serve. So it will do the compilation of our application. So it will take a few seconds to compile. So we can see it is compiling, 10% is completed. So it will take few seconds. And currently we are seeing like it is giving error. So let's see, like properties service is private and only accessible within the register class. So let's make it as a public. Now let's save it, and then we will see. So we can see now the compilation is successful. Now let's go to the browser and see. So when we come on the browser, we are looking in this way, like so we can see like this is a like mandatory field, full name, password and confirm password. So that we are doing. Now what we have to design, we have to design this as a tab format. So let's make some changes into the like user.component.html page. So let's go to the user.component.html page, and here we have to make some changes. So here what we have to do, we have to put some code for making the tabular form. So let's I have already copied and pasted here. So let's see what we have done here. So I have taken a one wrapper class, and basically I am using the tab header, and inside that tab header I am taking one login, and then here I am taking the router link, and it's basically moving to the user.registration, and here we have put as a sign up, and then we are like we are doing as a router outlet. So let's save it and see on the browser what we see. So once we on go the browser, we can see like it is directly coming to the registration page that we have done on the routing part. And when we go to the login, currently it is it is not working because we didn't write anything on the login. So it is coming to the sign up as of now. So that's the designing of like a sign up. In the coming video we will do the designing for the login. Then what we will do, we will like attach all these two with the API, and we'll do the all the operation with the API. So that's it for this video. Thank you.